North. We're just doing a little live streaming. You gotta do one every now and then, or the algorithm starts to leave you behind. So why not? Let's just stare at the stars of the hour. Wow, I can't zoom well enough. There they are. Still couldn't tell you how many babies, but there's a frick load of them. Definitely in the neighborhood of 40. Thanks, Scott. Let's see if we can get them to change position here. Hello, Zany. Little babies. I bumped the light up a notch so we could see better, and they're kind of like adjusting. I probably shouldn't have touched it, but we wouldn't have seen jack squat. So I just bumped it up one notch. But it's hard to see the little babies on this angle. We need them to kind of face us. I'm working on it though. See if I can drop some food in there. Here's the other fish. Main tank. Don't forget to nail that like button. It'll help more people see it. Yeah, I'll bring you back to the babies there. I'm trying to get the parents to spin around because the camera, I can't keep the lights bright in this tank. I have to keep them dim. And here we go. We got Dad's attention. Not sure who has the babies right now. They seem to like Dad better. Let me get zoomed in here. I think they're with Mom right now. There's a couple on Dad. Here they come. Yeah, they're there. There's Mom. Mom's got the bulk of them. Oh, we just missed her behind the cone. See that? Isn't that amazing? They trust me, so this isn't a problem. I can even put my hand in the tank and get pretty close to them. They don't freak out. The eel's in a different tank. These tanks are separated if you look here. See, I'll back up so you can see what's going on. The eel would eat the babies. Hands down, he would eat the babies. But this is my setup. And I have the 90-gallon here. I have a 30-gallon sump under there with UV and all the fun stuff. And then I link all these three tanks together via the sump. So the water is circulating through them all and getting cleaned. That way I don't have to put any filters in here so that the filters don't kill the babies. And this side does all the filtration for all the 220 gallons of water. The whole system has 220 gallons of water. So yeah, I put them in their own little chambers to deal with the babies. Yeah, hey Adam, how you doing? Yeah, they're doing good. They're doing good. Good to see you, sir. Adam is going to be getting a mess of these babies for his tank. They're definitely not all of them, of course, because I've got plenty. But I'm going to send him every time I get babies from a batch. He's going to get a few until his big old 250-gallon tank is. He's local, so. We're getting him set up. He's helped me out, actually. These two tanks we're looking at are thanks to my friend Adam. So, Yeah, they're doing good. Look at that. Look at how many there are. Huh? How many you want, bud? How many you want out of the first batch? I don't even know how many there are. But I'm not getting any deaths. Huh? Isn't that beautiful? And better news, buddy. You also go and get a couple of these if they don't eat them. Look at that. These are white pigeons. So I've got two broods now, buddy. Yeah, yeah. My friend was counting them when they were still on the cone, and she said there's 40 plus. But I can't count them; they're too small. I can't even really see them well. But she told me there was 40 plus. That's all I got to go on. Yeah, yeah. And that's the girl I sent over to your place to try her out over there. That's the same female right here. And this is one of my new males. Those my old males just keep killing babies, but the new males are starting to do the job. So we're getting there. Probably in what 6 weeks, they'll be good. They'll be good to go. If they lasted this long, I think I can keep them going. Here they are, man. It's happening. This brood will make it. The one up, the white pigeons, I don't know. Same age as this male though, so they might just start doing it right. Look at that, eh? It'll probably be 25 or so by the time we get there, because we're gonna lose some. It's probably gonna lose some, but loot them all. That's a brood. Look at them all. Did a water change today, keeping everything nice and fresh. Oh yeah, right on, buddy. I love Israel. I am pro-Israel all the way. Not that I want to get political, but I agree with you. Oh, sorry, Nightbot doesn't like spamming. That's an auto thing. So I've got Nightbot watching my channel. That wasn't me. Yes, yes. Actually, I just put up a short video of them swapping the babies out. They have a kind of a weird way of doing it. They kind of knock into each other and stuff to shake them off. Yeah, but I mean, I'm definitely not a fan of the bad guys in that scenario. But we don't need to get political. It's a fish channel, you know. I do sometimes, but right now I'm talking about the babies. But I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, put it. put up the handoff. The live stream quality kind of sucks too, so the videos really are a little better, but I've been keeping the tanks dark. I just turned the lights up for this video. I'm going to make it dark after again. Keep the stress down. Hello, Uncle Smiley's Aquariums. Good to see you, sir. I'm just doing a little celebratory live stream and showing off the babies. Because we're into day 4 now, which means they're probably going to make it. I mean, I can't really say they've made it till day 30, right? But I'm pretty sure we're going to be okay. I don't even watch TV. All I do is watch my fish, and then I go out and I do normal stuff like a normal person. But when you might come home and watch TV, I'm listening to the news on my phone and staring at my fish. Yes, I'm actually going to start some tonight because the babies seem quite ferocious. But what I am doing right now is I'm using Northfin's fry starting food, and then I take a pinch because the babies will only feed off the parents for the first 5 days. And they're day 4, or sorry, the first 5 days after they start free step swimming. I think that's day 3 right now. So anyway, I put a pinch of the fry food over top of them, and I release it so that the cloud of fry food falls onto the slime coat, and then the babies are eating that. And it seems to be helping growth because they've grown pretty good for just being a few days old. That's what I'm doing for now, but I am going to get the baby brines in, but they're not really free swimming yet. They're like slime coat dependent right now. They're going to start free swimming more, and then there'll be brine shrimp going in all the time. But that shouldn't happen for a few more days. I don't know this for a fact. I know this based on research, and it could be wrong. But from what I've been reading, and I get different opinions from different people, but 5 days should be around when I start brine shrimp, baby brine. But I am helping the parents out with the fry food because I think this is a rather large clutch, and they might not have enough slime coat, you know. I want them all to live. I don't want any to stunt. So I'm helping them out with the fry food on the slime coat. That would be a bad thing to do if you say just had a 20-gallon tank, because the fry food, if big clouds of it will just foul your water if you don't have a big amount of water. But with this system going on here, I don't have to worry about any of that. The water quality will stay nice, and I won't lose babies to fouled water. That's why I did this, because I was losing babies to fouled water. And the yields were small, real small. They were small, they weren't healthy, they weren't behaving properly, and the babies would just die. Now, everybody's doing good. Here's a handoff, live. They kind of push into each other when they do it. I don't know if you can see that one, Adam. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, I'm pressing buttons. They both have a mess in them. They're both like full of babies. for the glare. I'll take a little peek at the other fish. Not getting good angles right now. Let's have a look at these guys. They think I'm going to feed them. And let's give them a little food too. You can see how they like their food. Everybody eats well. A little more than I wanted to put in, but oh well. They'll get it. There's a lot of fish in that tank. They'll stay in this tank for now to grow them out. And yeah, I got some plans in work, but now that I got babies coming, I've got a big system downstairs that currently houses some Oscars and nothing else. And there's a couple empty 75 gallons, an empty 65 gallon, and an empty like 120, or an Oscar filled 120. So I'm gonna buy like a pond setup because it's the only thing I can afford right now. It's like $250-ish, and they're like nylon bags with a clear window in the front and metal frame. So I've seen other channels use them. 450 gallons. I'm gonna put the Oscars in that pond setup, and then I'm just gonna turn the temperature up on the system I have downstairs. You'll see that in the listed under Oscars on my playlist. And then all of those systems will hold various ages of discus because I want to make thousands of the things and start shipping them off to wholesalers. That's my plan. So this is going to be my job. I've just been slowly building towards it for the last 2 years because I couldn't afford adult fish and I had to grow them up from babies. Like if you go and look at my channel, the first discus that arrived, they were coin-sized babies. Actually, this female is one of those coin-sized babies over 2 years ago. And it's taken me this long to get here, but we're here and it's starting to happen. And I'm absolutely thrilled. Yeah, I'm a little worried about the whole jumping out of them part, but I'll just get big covers and hope for the best. Hopefully they don't jump out. I'll design something to keep them in. I think I'll do it up now in my head that I'm thinking I'll do it up kind of like they do fencing. You know how they put the barbed wire up top and they angle it? I'm just going to put like little deflectors like that to keep them in. But I got to do something because I'm going to need a lot of space for hundreds of fish. And I built that down there initially with discus babies in mind. Oscars have kept it cycled, so that's great. But I'm just going to use a temporary pond, make some money on the discus, buy some plywood, and get some glass. And then I'm going to set them up with a proper, like 8-foot long plywood tank. And then the Oscars will live in luxury. And for now, they're going to have to camp out in a... It was not going to happen for a couple months anyway. But once I get an abundance of babies, that's how I can quickly make a move, is get the Oscars in a pond, turn up the temperature on the 450 gallons of water I got down there, and then start loading hundreds of baby discus into it. Good idea. See, there it is, net. I haven't had enough time to think, so yeah, net. And it'll be cheaper too. Perfect. Just something to bounce them back in so that they don't go. They don't hit the floor. They'll be happier in a bigger volume of water, so that it'll be a plus in that way for the Oscars. But the stability of the container is kind of flimsy. But I'm gonna make it work. Sell some discus, buy some materials, build a big tank. That's my plan. So, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. How you doing? Overly stocked Oscars? I gotta go show. Let's go look at the Oscars because June's here and she loves Oscars. Let's go look at them. I love them too. They're beautiful. I definitely want to keep them accommodated. And they're going to stay in here as long as possible. But if I end up with hundreds of babies, I'm going to have to make a move. And here they are. The Oscar flower horn tank. Well, silver dollar flower horn. It's a community tank at this point. There's so many darn things in it. And they all get along. Yeah, they look good, huh? Everybody's... I run down here the same way I run the discus tank upstairs. Basically the same mantra. Heavy filtration, heavy UV. Because they're heavy poopers, and that's what you gotta do. Well, that's what I think you gotta do. Doesn't mean you gotta do it. It's about a week since I've done this tank. Isn't he doing good? And he's peaceful. He doesn't live up to the reputation at all. He knows they're all bigger than him, so he doesn't bother. I really love this tank. Of course, the other thing I can do is I've got a 25-gallon tank down here. I can just turn that below it into a sump and disconnect this from the other side. And that's probably what I'll do. Because they do like it in here. But that won't be enough water. That's the problem. So I will have to get the pond. Yeah, forget it. 120 and just a sump. No, these fish, they won't have the water quality they need at that point. So I'll buy the pond, and they'll live there till I get. Yeah, that's the best course of action. And a big girl, she keeps the peace in here. No one's allowed to fight, or she comes after you. She's the enforcer. Orange, yellow, and black. Oh yeah, what this guy over here? Him? Or yeah, you got to be talking about this one. I gotta get him into the light. Let's throw some, make him think some food's coming. Are you talking about this one? That's real pretty. Really, really pretty fish. They're like, feed me, feed me. Everyone wants food. Today's fasting day. So I'm kind of teasing them. Yeah, big mama. She is. She's a big mama. That's why I got to hurry up and build a bigger facility for them because she's just too damn big. She does okay in here though, and she's got enough room to turn around. She's definitely happy. And the water's good. There's 450 gallons of it flowing through here constantly, so they do okay. I get yelled at a lot because of this tank. Because they see a small tank with a lot of Oscars, they don't know what I'm doing, and yeah, people get really angry at me. Oh yeah, you remember that? You saw what she came out of. I remember I showed you. It's swamp. It was a swamp tank. It was a swamp tank, full on like super thick moss on the glass. Couldn't even. When she started seeing her reflection, she was attacking it because she didn't know it was She didn't know what a reflection was. All she saw was moss her whole life. 65-gallon tank, like the one I got the babies in. That's she. It was twice the length of her, and she was living in it. So yeah, she's definitely a lot happier here, and we're gonna keep her that way. I just might have to do a little shifty with my tank soon, because my ambitions have always been to breed discus large scale, and I'm gonna need this tank and the others around the corner for them. Put the in between ones here, and then the ones that are closer to being adult size, I'll just farm them all over here, and it'll be a much larger version of what's happening upstairs, essentially. Upstairs, 220 gallons. Down here is 450 gallons of discus accommodation. And then this wall off to the right here, I probably got about 20 feet of wall or more, 25 maybe, where I can build a big, long plywood tank. So we'll have that one day. And then I can get some of the other big fish and put them in with the Oscars. As long as they're not too mean. Have some fun with that. It's not bad. The only problem with this is the ceiling is I'm 6.5 feet tall, and okay, the phone is below my eye level, and I'm standing in the basement. You can see what's happening, right? And here now, the phone's up to my head level. So I have to crouch down here. It's a little bit uncomfortable. If I was a little shorter, this would be just fine. Yeah. You can go back upstairs to the old discus. There they are. Yeah, I know. I blame the invention of the microwave, okay? Because, like, my father's brothers are all 4.5 feet tall, like Irish, right? And then my older sister's not very tall, but the microwave wasn't there for most of her childhood. And then we had like the early first generation microwave, and I think it did something. I don't know, just a hunch. It had dials and stuff and no window. It opened like a stove, and it was brown. You know what I mean. You probably saw one, and they paid a fortune for it too. And the light just isn't good enough to pick them up. Sucks. But they're all over Dad right now. Yeah, it did. It never died. It cooked things differently. Bread got turned into a brick really, really quick. And yeah, I don't know. But me and my little sister, we're both like 6.5 feet tall. Why is that? It's kind of weird. I think it's the microwaves. It's either that or my mom has some Viking in her, so Might have been a throwback. This guy had discus hits, but that was because my sump was dirty. It pretty much cleared up. Probably. It's probably a damn experiment. They sent people around, hey, yeah, good deal on the microwave. We'll give you a payment plan. Have your kids fill out this chart as they grow. We got wigglers up here too. How are they doing? Can I see them? Oh yeah, they're still there. There's not that many. This is a normal first batch, you know, a dozen or so. Well, if you use the modern like microwave, I don't think so. But if you go to like the thrift store and look for it, like the model that my parents had, it was brown painted and it was steel, right? There was no window. It had dials on the right side, like spinny dials, like a stove, and then the door had a latch, and then it would open down like a stove. If you get one of those, you'll grow the biggest fish you've ever seen. Yeah, you need the old one. Like 1.0, revision 1.0 I'm talking about, like the first commercially available microwave in the world. You'll even start to hear the radio stations. I could do that when I was a kid. I could hear the songs and everything. Can't anymore though. I was joking, of course. Yeah, search eBay. Yeah, check them out. They probably still work, so. Oh, someone just scooted over here to get rid of the babies. So that means they're all on him. I gotta give her some more food. She's getting hungry. They just want to eat like mad right now. Well, I think I'm going to end the stream. Thank you everyone for stopping by, listening to my silliness. And thank you for stopping by the north. It's a little bright, isn't it? There we go. Yeah, good to see you again, June. We'll catch you next time. Ciao for now.